Hello, hello. Oh my gosh. I tripped myself up. Hello, guys. Welcome in. About to get started. Hi, Gina. Let's get my mic in here. Hi, Martin. Hi, loves. Welcome in. I'm going to share with you guys today all of the cool stuff that we've got going on for Chibi Charms. Hi, Gina. Hi, sweetie. All right. Welcome, welcome. All right. I know it's been a little bit, a couple of weeks since I did my last live. We've got a lot going on, which is really good stuff. If you guys have seen my post lately, we are focusing on collections because y'all, I know we keep talking about, the business and the industry, and I don't stop talking to you guys about the fact that people love collections. They want to collect not only the pens, but like the keychain. They want to have a collection that they can buy in one shot. They don't need to piecemeal every single thing. And with the Chibi Snap Charm system, you guys are given the opportunity now to sell it as a collection without feeling like you're having to sell 20 pens just to make it a collection, right? So I have a few samples here of stuff that I've put together to show you guys the collection principles that I teach literally every single day and every single post that I do, especially during my weekly Charmy Labs. Hi, Rosie, welcome in. And so literally I'm going to show you guys how this works, what to do, how to sell it, target markets you could be going after to start setting yourselves apart from everybody else. So when you go to craft shows, there's not much you're going to have to say other than pretty much showing them like, hey, here's the pen. I can sit here and write. I can drop it. Things are going to happen and it's not going to break apart. Right. So those are the kind of things that I want you guys to start thinking about when you're doing your creations and putting your pens together. You're going to start looking at it from a collection mindset. Is there an entire set that you can sell? Is there an entire set that you can create that you can then bring to a craft show or sell on a live and put it in your shop, in your online site that you can then sell to a customer? And there's more value and more opportunity for you to make a higher amount when you have an entire collection versus selling things off little by little or one at a time, right? It's less time on you. You set up your collection, you're good to go. You take your pictures and you put it on your site. So we're going to talk about collection crafting. That's something that I came up with when we were doing all of the creation stuff. And I'm going to show you all of the different products that we do with the Chibi Snap Charm system. That is our patent pending system that we created. Hubby, the engineer, continues to innovate, as well as, we continue to put together amazing creations. So we launched today the display. This is our collection display. It already comes magnetized for the Snap Charm system. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, the Snap Charm system we launched it in April, and basically it gives you the ability to add a magnetic system to your pens, so you're no longer having to deal with individual designs. So all of these bases you can decorate and create. The base beads as well can be created, customized. I have a few different ones here, but I wanted to show you guys from a collection perspective. This is what customers want. Okay. I've literally gone to different places, different shows. I've even given away some of these. And the one thing they always say is, oh my God, that's so cool. Oh my God, I love that. I want that. And it is something that is worth grabbing, collecting, and buying right now. So if you're a bead crafter, if you're now, I'm coining it, I already mentioned it. You guys are collection crafters now. This is what this industry is shifting into, is creating a collection, things that people want to buy more than just one of. And there's so many ways that you guys can sell this. So I wanted to showcase and show you guys all of the different items, as well as, like I said, the new stuff that we've launched, to include these slim mounts that we have here. The slim mounts are for those characters that have either a wide stance or don't have an even spacing under their feet to put them on a character mount. Here's the difference. So you've got your character mount and you've got your slim mount. So these are new so that you have a character that has uneven feet, or if they do that wide stance, you no longer have to just pick a foot. You can actually stand them on there, and it still works the same with the system. You can still write, you can still do your stuff, you can still do your alternates and switch. And when I tell you guys, the best way to sell this when you are at a craft show or anything like that is show it. Don't tell it. Just show them you picking that up. There you go. You've got your pen in place, you're writing, and then you can swap it out. You can show them how, if they collect your various collections, right? Because this is the different collection options that you can do with this particular character. They can get more than one set, right? You can release these every month. You can start a monthly membership or a monthly subscription service that you can then offer them to sell, and they can swap out, and every month they can collect a new character from the series. Just amazing options that you can create as a bead crafter, and you can literally just show them, look, I'm still writing, I'm doing stuff. Oh my god, I dropped it. It's not breaking off. So I wanted to show you guys this different ways that you can implement your collections, right? So I had purchased the Strawberry Shortcake series. This one was like a little entire set of items, right? And so I closed up the little cake and I put it in there. So now it's like almost like a little ASMR type feature. And so I added the character mount underneath it so that now you can snap it onto the pens. So it can continue becoming that collectible item that they want, right? So you can keep expanding on those collections you sell. Now, I've had crafters ask me like, oh, so are we only selling one pen and then a bunch of characters? It is up to you. If that's what you want to do, hi, sweetie. So the Chibi Snap Charm system is on my site. If you go to the link in my bio, it'll take you there. Right on the homepage, I have 3 boxes because I not only teach you guys the business side, but I also sell the DIY supplies as well as the Snap Charm system. So the first box that you're going to see is the Snap Charm system, and you'll be able to get it from there. So I'm going to show you guys here real quick what that looks like. So when you go to the link in my bio, it'll take you to the homepage of the site. And right here is the Snap Charm system. You click to create a collection, and then every option that we have, all the different mounts, the builder set. So if you build in bulk and you want to do an entire collection because maybe you bought a bunch of characters up front and you're literally like, I have no idea what to do with them. Well, now you can sell them off as a collection. And we have the bulk builder sets for those. We also have the creator kits that are available. And yes, you can pick colors and everything to match whatever style you're doing. The creator kit is a great way to get started if you are new to this and you want to just explore and experiment first. But we do have the expansion packs so that you can actually create more. And then of course the builder packs if you're ready to go and you just want to create bigger systems. We also have our base beads. I'm going to introduce you guys to some of our newest beads. I don't have them up here yet. They launch, what's today? So they launch on Monday. They are the holiday beads. So we have quite a few of them. I'm going to share those with you guys. But those do launch on Monday. So I will open up those on the site. Tomorrow they open up for pre-orders, but they do start launching, or they do start shipping out Monday. And then we got our character mounts, right? We just talked about the character mounts. Like we have the standard character mount, the slims, which are the ones that we just saw for the characters with the wider stances. And then our pen stands, which we just launched this one today. You can get the dual color or keep it all one single color. And then you've got like the standard character stands that come with the system. So lots and lots of options. Hey, Callie girl. Hi, sweetie. And so, yeah, we've got lots and lots of opportunities here for you guys to start growing your collections and selling your collections. So we don't want to just keep it we want to make sure that we get those sold. So I am just showing off right now how you can create a actual collection, like create a theme from it, right? Have your pens in place. We have the displays that the collection displays that just launched today, and they already have the built-in stand feature. So if you have the extra stands, they're great for additional expansions, right? So if you end up selling additional characters, or if you, one of the things that I talk about is if you decide you have a lot of different characters and you want to do a limited release, you can actually sell mystery packs of these. And so like here, I have some character mystery packs that I've created. These are the ones that are going to be launching for the giveaways that I'm going to start next week. And yeah, you guys can start creating these types of collections. You can go to your craft shows, and I feel like I want to say I can guarantee that you're going to sell out, but I can't guarantee something that I don't know that you're willing to do if that's not your cup of tea, right? If you're not into craft shows or doing any of that kind of stuff, then that's not going to be the best outlet for you to do. But if you decide you want to start selling bead pens and collections and do it online, you can do that as well. You don't have to do videos where you're facing the camera and talking into it. As a matter of fact, I'm going to do a video series on how to do faceless videos and utilize the features built into sites like TikTok or any of the social media sites where you can actually say what you need to say, but have it altered in a different way so your voice is not out there. You don't have to show your face. Your collections should be doing all the talking, right? When you have your collections and you're snapping those pens on and you're, writing and doing stuff and showing the aesthetics and putting the, the little songs and stuff from any of these systems, you can definitely garner that attention without having to say anything, right? So each of these was created with that snap charm system. This is the base speed for the ones that are the pens. We do have the flex mounts, which are the ones for the like badge reels, flat based items. That works great with our slim mounts, right? So these are no joke, y'all. These are very strong. I love being able to do this part here, but I swing this around. Whoa, I'm hitting the camera with it. To show you guys that they do not fly off, right? With the education that we provide you, like we do have training and everything on how to use this and how to adhere the character mounts to your characters, how to adhere the flex bases to the bases, etc. All of these things are part of what we do and what we offer when we sell you this system, because it's not just, pop and go when it comes to this. You want to make sure everything is secure, it's on there the right way. So when you're selling, like, let's say, a keychain and you have the interchangeable collection that you're selling your customer, it's not going to fall apart. Okay. And they're going to be able to pop this into their bag or use it every day and continue to, exchange from their badge reel onto the, it's so strong, it grabbed that thing. They're going to be able to interchange it with a different character. So now you can have those flat acrylics that you guys have stacks of probably. You'll be able to sell those in a collection versus just a one-off, right? You can offer different types and designs. Like these are, brooches that were converted into with the character mounts, converted into brooch covers. So now you can have a brooch cover for your badge reel instead of just a character or an acrylic, right? So you're offering these beautiful upgrades where before they didn't have it. And now you can have an entire brooch collection that people can collect. So every month or every week or every day, they can go ahead and swap out those, their badge reel with that brooch. So all really cool stuff. And so we're going to talk about that. There's different ways to be able to sell your collections and create it. One of the things that I teach you guys is being able to identify first your target market, right? Who are you going to sell to? Now, if you started this business, if you started bead crafting with buying a lot of stuff and a lot of inventory because in your mind you thought, okay, I can sell this, I can do this, and then you ended up with a huge stack of stuff and you're like, oh my God, I have no idea how I'm going to sell this. I have no idea who's going to buy this. How do I get this out there? then you're in the right spot, because that is literally what I teach. I teach you guys on my videos. I teach you guys on my free article site. So if you go back to that, if you go to the link in my bio, the third box right from the homepage will take you to our Charmy Business Lab. It's free to sign up. We do have a weekly subscriber group, but it is up to you guys if you want to upgrade or anything like that. I do offer tons of content. I even gave you guys a pricing calculator that I show you how to use so that you're pricing these correctly. When you're, oh, sweetie, yes. And that's the biggest thing. Like in this industry, I don't know if you guys have noticed, there is endless artists out there. And there's tons of people teaching you how to create beads. But I think, if I'm not mistaken, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I've been doing the teaching side since September of last year. I've been teaching how to run the business side, how to create pieces that'll actually stand out, and how to go after a target market. Like, who is your customer? Can you picture them? Do you see, do you understand that your target market has to want what you have? It's not just you, because if you bought from an impulsive side of things, then you bought for you. You were the buyer you were envisioning because you thought that was cute. But if you want to sell this as a business, then your buyer has to be into what you bought. So if all of your inventory is the cute stuff that you bought and you're like, oh my God, it's so random, I have no idea how to theme this up and put this together and connect it, I have you covered. I literally teach this. I have it all on my article site, and you look at all my videos, I show you how to do it. I actually gave you guys a tip, I believe a couple of days ago, to be able to start looking at your collections and going, or your inventory, and going, okay, how do I space this out, or how do I group this up so that I know what's a collection and what I need to set aside that can be used later, right? A lot of us are like, oh my God, I got to sort my beads by their color or, their fanciness. I'm going to tell you right now, I consider every single one of these a secondary item. They're supplemental beads. They are not what make or break your designs. I hope you guys know that. What make or break your designs is that focal piece, the thing that's going to get the attention of a buyer, right? If I saw this, I'd be like, oh my God, that's my girl, right? I have to have her. Or if I saw this entire set here, I'm like, oh my God, I love it. It's like a princess edition, right? That's what I'm going for. This is cute. This is a collection. This is something I want. And your customers are going to be the same way. When you're putting your videos out there, are they aesthetically aligned to what you're selling? Do you have Hello Kitty in the background and you're selling, Disney princesses? Do you have Rainbow Bright backgrounds and have, your strawberry shortcake displayed? Do you have this huge assortment of 50 different pens on a pen holder and then wondering why people can't make a decision? You guys have to start looking at this like, oh my God, I have to look at this from a customer's perspective. If you were to go to a craft show and visit your booth, would you immediately know, oh my God, yes, I can connect with this collection? Like, that's my jam, right? Or do you literally have pen after pen after pen with like 20 different characters, and everybody's like sitting there taking 20 years and 3 business days to make a decision? It's an overload. It is a sensory overload for people to have that many choices. So I literally guide you guys on how to sell things when you go to craft shows, how to place things in a certain way so that people actually want to can gravitate towards the collection that means something to them. And if your target market is not at that craft show, whatever you bring to that craft show should be to that target market of the craft show. Meaning, if I go to a Comic-Con, right, and it's primarily for comics, you have to understand that if I bring, country pride or military pride or things that have nothing to do with comics or anything that's anime or any of those kind of things, people are not going to necessarily gravitate towards my table because they're not finding anything that they want. If I go to an anime con and all I see are cutesies, you may get a few people buying. I'm not going to tell you that they're not, but I'm going to tell you that you're going to lose like 90% of the people that are there because they want to see the anime characters. That's what they came to that convention for. So you can adjust your target market based on where you're selling. That's why I created the system. It's adaptable to whatever you need. You don't need to go ahead and go, I'm going to create 50 different pens. No, now you can literally showcase a complete collection, sell it off, and you're done. And this is not like, oh, hey, this is a $20 setup. Not by any means. You guys are given access to a pricing calculator so you know how much everything costs you. You're averaging in your packaging, your fees from your sites. I give you all of that. Go to the link in my bio. You'll see the business lab. Like right now, there's a lot of information, but everything's organized. So my TikTok replays, like this replay here, even if you joined us late, I will show you, like I will download the recording and pop it into the business lab. And it'll have like an overview of everything we talked about, any links I shared, any information we talked about, where I reference, like, for example, the pricing calculator that I created. All of those things I create or I summarize, and then I include this entire video so you don't miss anything. So do not ever think that you're going to miss anything. With my TikTok replays, I definitely post those next business day on that site. And if you sign up, and whether you're a free or a paid subscriber, you actually get an email notification. If you have the app, it'll give you a notification there as well. So those are just some of the things that I talk about, right? So this is not just a cute little system. This is created to help you sell and sell fast and sell for a higher amount, because this is crafted, right? This takes time. This is handcrafted. This has value. If you go to a show with this kind of setup and you have 20 other pen creators around you, I guarantee you are going to be the one standing out. Unless they're a customer as well, and then they also have the same thing. But that I can't fix that part. But I can guarantee you that a lot of people don't even know that I exist. Even though I have a little over 9,000 followers, it's hard for a lot of people to understand or grasp that there is a business side that they have to pay attention to. There is a process. There are customers you have to go after and understand before they'll even make a purchase. A lot of people have never even heard of the know, like, and trust process to buying, right? You will get a customer 100% of the time once they know, like, and trust you, right? And how do they do that? Especially at a craft show. A lot of times they'll get to know you because you're talking about things that relate, right? If you sell what they want because you're at the show that they are at, you have things in common. Now you have something that they can know you, that gets them to connect with you so that they know you. Once they know you and you're on the same level because you're talking about something that you guys like, now there's that like feature, right? And the trust comes in when you're showing them that what they can buy is worth having as a collection, and it works. So instantly you'll have the know, like, and trust built when you're at a show. When you're online, you have the time to build that, right? Through your content, when you're putting your videos out there, when you're showcasing you working in the background. You don't have to show how you put these together. As a matter of fact, the reason I crafted all of this, and we created this for crafters. You'll notice I don't have Chibi Charms branding blasted everywhere. Our system is patent pending. Yes, I patented my system, but I don't have my stuff splattered everywhere because I want crafters to use this and create it as a system for them to sell. I don't need your buyers coming to me directly and buying from me. As a matter of fact, I don't even sell these. I sell the supplies on how to make them, but I do not compete with my crafters. So all of this stuff, like these are all things I'm going to be doing for my giveaways each week. And I talked a little bit about that in one of my videos. And I'm going to show you guys how to take something like this and sell it to a target market, how to create a demo video, right? How to create a demo video, how to create a sales video. So I'm going to be showing all of these in my upcoming content videos, and then we're going to give them away. So all of that stuff I'm going to be showcasing you guys all of this stuff. But yeah, these stands are now available for sale, and you guys can get them in dual tone colors. So you can do the two tones, or you can have it as a single color. They are customizable. I want you guys to see, like, they have the built-in bases, so they already have the magnets built in, and you can decorate the stars, and this fits a decorated pen. So if you have a pen with little items that stick out, it does fit. It won't tear them apart. It works great for that, and it still has enough of a depth to showcase the design and hold the pen in place, as well as the characters. So I had hubby working hard on that one. We're gonna sell a bigger version, and then we're working right now on creating one that's like a little display shelf, so that you guys can, create like even an even bigger like bundle version for your customers. We're gonna do a pre-orders opening tomorrow at 9 a.m. But we're releasing, actually I shouldn't say pre-orders. I'm gonna actually start selling them tomorrow at 9 a.m. I don't even know why I bothered saying pre-orders earlier, because at the end of the day, I'm releasing one of these a day. There's gonna be literally I'm calling them scene beads, like there's different scenes. So these are base beads. And like I said, if you're not familiar with what this is the creator starter kit here. If you're new to collection crafting, this is going to be where you want to start. Okay. It comes with 5 character stands, 10 character mounts. So the stands are the ones that the characters stand on, right? Like here's Oogie Boogie. He's on a stand. Those are great for displays. It comes with 2 character mounts, right? So that's the character mount under Oogie that holds him on top of the bead pens. Here's a example, right? He doesn't go anywhere. And then we've got the design wand, which helps hold the base beads in place while you're decorating them. It comes with five of our base beads. Now you guys can pick the colors. You can pick whichever style you want, whether you want acrylic or a specific color. You can pick a specific color for your character mounts and a specific color for your stands. So you have up to 3 color choices for the creator starter kits. And then we also have like the expansion packs. But these are the newest ones that we have. These are our scene beads. And I absolutely love these because now you can actually add additional design essence to your beads. So before, where even with like the standard base beads, like, yeah, you can decorate and do all sorts of cute stuff. You can add creation tape with the rhinestones and you can literally decorate it like you would a normal bead. But with these, it adds just this super cute, like, to me, I love it. If I had this on a stand, right? So let me use this one here. I'm going to use the green one for now. Right? So if I had this on a stand, like, how cute is that? There's already a decorated bead at the top, and then you've got like your character sitting on the side. So then I can just be like, okay, today I'm grabbing 0 and popping them on the pumpkin. Now, these can also be decorated, y'all. You can color them. You can do whatever you want. They are base beads for that reason. You can add, like I've taught you guys how to use like UV gels or even resin, so you can fill in the little the recesses of the beads. So this one's our pumpkin. I'm going to show you guys the ones we have so far, but I'm releasing one every single day. And you guys will be able to buy them in bigger quantities and everything. But these are freaking awesome because, like I said, they're themed. So with Halloween coming up, we're going to have the pumpkin. And let me show you the other ones so you can see how they each look on a pen. This is our gravestone. And they fit all the rod sizes. So this is the 72 millimeter rod. They fit the 97 and the 117. But it's our little RV. And it's so funny because he does pop out of he pops out of one in the movie, like an actual headstone or a gravestone. He's like, he pops out. So I absolutely love this one. And then we've got Where's our other one? Oh, there he is. And then we've got the skull. So for the Halloween ones, we got those done, but we'll be releasing, like I said, one a day, so you guys can get to see those. And like I said, they have recesses for the most part. They have recesses. So you can pop little rhinestones in there. You can do whatever you want design wise, just like you would a base bead. So these are going to be, like I said, one is dropping every day. If you're signed up to our email or on our shop, you'll get notified when we have I'm doing weekly notifications for the drops. I'm not literally emailing you guys every day. There's no way I'm going to do that. Would never do that to you guys, but I'll do like a weekly recap of all the new scene beads. This is our snowman. So as you can see, he's got the recesses on the eyes and the recesses on the belly so that you can add little rhinestones and then do all the coloring on there, you know, super, super freaking cute. But like I said, we love these because when they're on the stand now, it's not just a base bead at the top, even though they're super cute. You'll actually have a decorated version to be able to put on there. All right, so let me move these as I showcase them. All right, so there's the snowman. And I'm just gonna grab the ones that I have in front of me. There's no particular order. This is the bunny rabbit. So we've got Easter covered. We started with our major holidays, so it makes it easier for you guys to start planning ahead of time. If you are one of my paid subscribers for our Charmy Business Lab, y'all want to make sure you catch up to the training. I literally showed you guys, I think it was like, yeah, so we started 3 weeks ago with the worksheets and all the planning, how to get your 90-day, your collection set up for 90 days. And then we broke it down by collection. And then on Tuesday, we covered going through an actual collection launch. So lots and lots of really cool stuff that we cover during our business labs. But this is the bunny. Once again, recessed eyes. You can put little rhinestones in there, decorate them, color them. I absolutely love coloring these with the UV gels, like the nail UV gels, because not only is it fast to cure, there's no bleeding or anything like that with, like, it doesn't bleed out to different parts of the design. And so that one was our bunny rabbit. And then we've got our 4-leaf clover. So we've got St. Patty's covered as well. We've got like a bunch of different ones. So just keep that in mind. But there's St. Patty's. And I know he's not a St. Patty's character, but it's just to show you guys the different options. So like if I wanted my dragon to be on the St. Patty's coin, I can do that. We'll get the dragon in there. And it is double-sided. Once again, you can fill that in with gels. You can fill that in with rhinestones. You can do whatever you like with them. They are highly designable. We also have the Valentine. This one's a Valentine base bead. So this one is a little bit bigger. So it's got the, the hearts all the way around. And once again, you can pick the color. You guys can pick, there's going to be colors that you can pick that work great for the designs. So we'll have the color options for the base beads that work best with the base bead. And then you guys will still have the magnet built in for your characters so that you can snap them on and then of course have it ready to go. So these start going on sale tomorrow at 9 a.m. on the site. You'll notice we updated our site. I'm going to take a break really quick of showing you these. I still have a ton more to show you, but I also wanted to take a moment to show you guys we did update our site today. So the homepage looks a little different just so that you guys can see, craft products customers collect. And now I've broken everything down by what we do, right? So you've got the Snap Charm system. So that's everything that you're watching today. Then we've got the DIY craft supplies. So that's all of the supplies like the crystals, the base beads, your bead rods, your diamond bead reamers, like literally all of the base supplies that you typically need for crafting and creating beads. And then we've got our Charmy Business Lab. This is the one I keep talking to you guys about. You want to learn what's going on in this industry. You want to start making sales. You want to literally get rid of the inventory that you bought a ton of and then had no plan on how to sell it. I'm showing you guys how to do that. I literally show you guys how to do all of that. And so we do have tons of content, resources. If you guys go to tools and resources up at the top here, you'll notice I've got a product description builder when you're creating your products, the 5-touch content planner. Oh, sweetie, so the kits are now all under the, let me show you. They're all under the Chibi Snap Charm system. So everything's categorized now. So I have like the base beads in their own thing, the character mounts, character and pen stands. So like the new pen stands are now there. And then we have the creator kits, the bulk builder sets. So these are all of the builder sets that we have and the bulk version. I am putting the, I'm placing the stands in the bulk builder set in case you guys want to bulk buy those stands for any of the collections you're launching, as well as the holiday beads, you know, the scene beads and the new slim mounts. So like all of those are there. Let me show you the character mounts. So there's the slim mounts. That's new today as well. There's tons of color options, 3 different sizes, and that's what they look like. Let me show you. So you could still decorate them and they go perfectly well on top of the pens, but this is wonderful for the characters that have like those wide stances and their like legs are spread and you're like, how the heck do I fit a magnet underneath those? And you got to pick like a foot or something. There you go. So yeah, the starter kits are right there on the right here. And like I said, you can pick your different colors. There's 3 sets of colors you can pick for the kits, for the base beads, the character mounts, and the character stands. You're welcome, sweetie. But yeah, everything's been categorized specifically to where it needs to be. So like the whole Snap Charm system is right there. And then DIY craft supplies, all right there. And your Charmy Business Lab right there. So like those are literally the 3 things that I do. It was just becoming so convoluted on the site. And I'm like, I need to quite literally separate everything out so that you guys know which place to go. And then we've got all of the latest drops are here. So like we launched, I think like a couple of weeks ago, the Charmy Designer Box. So this is like a mix of different flowers with beads or charms, I should say. And they each have like different options. These are going to be great too for the holiday beads. Because these, like I have like Christmas themes in there. I've got confetti blooms. Like that's confetti blooms. Then there's this one, which is hibiscus picnic. So these are all new. I'm still adding stuff to the site for the DIY supplies. That's the Rainbow Rose Garden. So it's like a bunch of different roses and butterflies. So lots and lots of options, y'all. But I'd had to, you know, like I said, separate it out so that you guys, it just was easier for you guys to see. So I hope that helped. All right, let me go ahead and go back here so I can keep showing you guys the upcoming launches of our scene beads, right? So we finished up on the 4-leaf clover. Here's our bear with the hearts as a Valentine bear. You can get it in red, in beige, in brown. And like I said, they all have the magnetic base built into it. So you can still showcase that. And these are beautiful for Valentine's or for birthdays. If you guys decide to do birthday style pens. So all of this awesomeness built in. And once again, the heart is recessed. So you guys can add like little jewels and charms. Like I have these really cute heart, where are they? Right here. I have like my own little supply kit of the stuff that we sell. So it makes it easier for me to show you guys. But like, let me see if I could grab one. Oh, hold on. I love my nails. Don't get me wrong. I love how cute they look, but sometimes y'all, so you see you can pop the little hearts in there depending on whatever color heart you want. It'll fit right there on the little belly. I hope it stays there so you can see it. There you go. But it's got a little recess in there so that you guys can decorate and do whatever you'd like with them. If you want to use the UV gels and stuff like that, you can definitely do that. But they are themed. This one's our little bear, our heart bear. I'll have really cool names for them. Here's our little Christmas tree. So like if you guys have like the Grinch type designs, or, you know, Nightmare Before Christmas, like this one here, we've got 0 on top of the tree, right? These are awesome to have as well. And once again, it's got the little recessed holes so you could put different colored rhinestones. So now you have a tree that sparkles. And we're releasing one of these a day. So we're literally going to try to get another, as many as we can before the holidays. But we're releasing one design a day. And this is going to be under the base beads, and I'm going to have them in their own category for scene beads. This is our Jingle Bell. So this one has the holly on it, and this one is with our silk design. So it looks like a shiny bell. It's beautiful. But once again, snaps. We've got our snap charm in place. So you can continue showcasing your snap charm and how people can use it. Here, let me close the pen. I don't want to write on my desk. You can showcase how people can use these. And then if you end up selling it to someone with a display stand, right? It still looks beautiful on the display stand because it's got that design on it and your 2 characters are snapped on the collection display. You can pop it on and continue on. All right. So let's see what else. Oh, we've got a few more left. I'm going to keep showing you guys. This one's our Mardi Gras Gator. And I'm going to have you guys vote too. Like I might post some videos. It'll be like, vote for the next bead that I release for the next day. And I'll give you guys an option of 3. So whatever is the most popular, I'll release that next day. But this one is our Mardi Gras Gator. He's got a cute little tail in the back. And then same thing, snap and go. So super, super, super cute. Next, we have another St. Patty's Day type design. This one's our pot of gold. So we've got the shamrock on there, the pot of gold with all the little gold coins, and you've still got your snapping system in place. So definitely continue. And like I said, you guys can drop them and it don't break off, right? We provide you guys the training. Thank you, sweetie. We provide you guys the training on how to add the system in place with your designs and your beads, so that when you are delivering these to your customers and sending them out, they can continue collecting them. By the way, our patent pending system ensures that the polarity for these base beads, the bases, all have a specific polarity. The characters all have a specific polarity, meaning if I buy, let's say I were to buy these 3 collections from you, and I'm like, oh my God, I love this cute little the Easter pen that I bought from, you know, so-and-so. And I want to add my Cinderella on there. Guys, you just created an interchangeable collection system with your supply using our Snap Charm system. So all the polarities are in place. So when we ship these out, your characters go on the base beads. All the base beads, regardless of whether they are these scene beads or they are the ones from the starter kit or even the ones that are our side mounts, because these are great for keychains or for badge reels that have like the bead rods on them. Y'all, your characters still work no matter what. As long as you have a base, the character sticks to that base. And this is all interchangeable. All of it is interchangeable. So we ensure that the polarity is facing correctly before these ship out. So your customers can collect from you day 1, and then a year from now, continue using the pens they bought from you and interchanging all the characters that they got from you. This is our Plumber Brothers inspired design. This one's the coin, right? Let me see if I think I might have a character. Actually, I do right here. So I have a character here, right? And like I said, they're now able to pop off, and you can continue using them with other characters. I'm trying to see if I have a different character that I can showcase. Oh, here we go. Here's a flower power, right? So you can have the flower power on there and still switch it out for a different character. So this is the gold coin. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. On my post, I'm going to just share with you guys and be like, which design do you guys want next? Do me a favor, babe. For that one. Here, that one too. I know you got those preps today. All right, and then we've got our chicky. This is for Easter as well. This is the chicky bead, right? Interchangeable. Not that you really would put that, but you never know what your customers want, right? They might want the chicky bead. They might want, to put it with a really cool dragon, for all you know, right? I even have like these dragons that we do. Oh, that's another thing. Our character duos are coming back. We're going to be relaunching our character duos. So you get 2 characters, and we're going to package them a little differently. So they're not so huge and bulky, but they're specific to what you guys want. So that way we have like variations of characters for you to get. The characters do come with the mounts ready to go. So it's literally up to you to decorate, do whatever you want to. The design matches your pen design. But they are ready to go characters that you can purchase. Especially if you're starting out and you're new to bead crafting, and you don't have a lot of inventory, it's a great way to kickstart and start getting sales in place. There's nothing like getting those first sales, because it's a great confidence booster, but it also shows that you're learning who your target market is. You're learning how to showcase your products by leveraging this system. So it's a super, super cool option. But that was our little chicky bead. Then we've got our military boots. Now, this one's funny because we designed this one. We designed this one to be like a military boot, right? Because you got military pride, and you do 4th of July designs, or you sell some pens at a military base, right? And we have this really cute the boots design. Well, here's the fun one, right? And this is actually something super cute and funny. So now you've got, Zero wearing boots, which I thought was super funny. And then you've got like Cinderella with big old feet. So I thought that was super cute. We're keeping the boots. I honestly really love the boots, but I just thought it was a funny, bead to create because it's got the military, but people will see that and they'll be like, oh my God, they look like shoes. And it's funny, if you have characters that could use those feet. Oops. Oh, I dropped my bead. If you got characters that could use those funny little feet, like there you go. That's a great way to to have them on there and make it look super cute and funny. So this is the star one. This one, they're like made to look like the little tubes, but you have the actual designs on them, right? So if you have beads that match that scene, right? We're called these are our character scene mounts. But yeah, or I'm sorry, these are our scene bases, but they'll work great for that. So we're releasing, like I said, 1 a day. And my goal is to try to post every day what the next 3 options are. And based on how everybody votes in the poll, that's the next one I'll release. I'll give you guys a random 3. But as you can see, we've got quite a few that we started with, so that it gave us a little bit of a head start before launching the product. So you guys have those options. Lots and lots of things. And one of the things I wanted to just talk a little bit about today too, because you guys don't just get, sales pitches from me. I literally love talking more about the business side than anything. But one of the biggest things that, we talked about this week, which was, if there's no connection, it's not a collection. When you look at anything that you've collected throughout the years, I want you to think back. Why did you collect it? Did you collect it because, oh, that was just cute? Or did it make a connection with you? Did you know the story behind the character? Did you fall in love with that character or that entire movie or that entire series, right? Those connections matter when we sell what we sell. This is how, as a crafter, you could quite literally make a very, very good income, because you're selling something that's not a hard sell to a customer. They have a connection built with, whether you're creating a character yourself, you're creating designs yourself, or you're leveraging the inventory that you have. You're leveraging the connection they already have with those characters. You're just putting it in a different story for them by connecting these items and offering it in a different way, right? I could literally sell this one as a monthly subscription, and every month you'll get a different pose from the character, right? Here she's got some flowers. Here she's got a basket, right? And at the end of the day, you have the complete set that you can offer them as well. That includes both the characters with the pen that's designed by you, because this is still, it matters that you are the one designing this. And you can definitely, put your glue on there to secure the beads. You can still take them out, redesign, do what you need to do, right? This all works together. The intention of this was not to take away from you being a designer or any originality that you bring to the table, but it was to give you a system that you could literally sell tons and droves of, because you're connecting with the story that's already built. Right? If I wanted to create an additional collection, I could be like, okay, this was February's pen design with the single character. They opted to buy an additional character, right? That's an upsell. Here's the March character and the pen design that goes with it. So now they've bought 2 pens from you, multiple characters, and on top of that, each month you can offer the full display stand. So at a starter, they would get the 1 pen and the 1 character. But then guess what? You have a rare or a super special release, right? I built this. This has not come like this, by the way. This was from one of these little play sets that I got at, the 5 and under store, if you guys know what I mean. And I literally glued all these little suckers on. I added this with the jump ring, right? So it gave that interactivity, but I added my slim mount so I can still create a super cute design with my pen. And it works with the character, and it works with the series. So are you guys starting to understand a little bit about what I'm talking about when it comes to collection crafting? If you are, drop in the comment, yes, I get it, or 100%, whatever you want to say, thumbs up, whatever. Like, if it's starting to make sense, let me know, because I think that's a big part of why so many bead crafters, whether you sell pens, keychains, badge reels, insert crafting item here. The reason we miss our mark is because we're not selling collections. We're not selling things that actually connect with people. We're just selling random items. So this is just the start. Like, we continue to expand the Snap Charm system, so it makes it easier for you guys. It's almost like a blueprint or a template to sell collections. And I want to make it as easy as possible for you guys to do that and create things people can interchange. People fall in love with that. There's a reason why companies like Funko, like Disney itself, right, with all these durables and the mystery packs and all these things. You guys can do the same with all your stuff. Absolutely no reason you can't. You can even mystery pack your pen designs. Be like, hey, you can get one of these 3 and then one of these 6 characters or 2 of these 6 characters. Sign up to our mystery packs. You can literally get these on that Jungle site that delivers next day, if you know what I mean, and pop your characters in and be like, okay, let's open up a character. Now, in these, I have characters that I'm going to design, so I'm not opening this. This is part of my new series that I'm going to start next week. We spin the Charmy wheel. I'm going to show you guys. This is so cute. So basically, my video is going to consist of the Charmy wheel getting spun. Whatever color it lands on, I pick what the character duos that are in there and we open them up together on the video. And I design a collection, share with you the target market that would work for. And if you have characters that match any of those, now you have everything in place. I'll give you quite literally the blueprint on how to sell to that target market, create content for that target market, and sell your items. And whatever we do create, like all of these are going to be part of these different videos. I'm doing a giveaway. I'm not selling this to customers. Like we have our character duos that I sell to my crafters, but this is not made for the general public. This is stuff I want my crafters to have access to so that they create and use their inventory to sell the collections. I may show up to a con or two just to sell the systems. So I have my displays and my options, but yeah, no, I'm not looking to do full on designing every day, twice on Sunday. My design passion is in innovating the Snap Charm system. So here's a great way too, if you love designing keychains, right? Here's another option that you guys have. Not only do you sell the collectible pen with the collection display and the characters, but now you can match it up with a keychain. If you do cups, cup wraps, you all can bundle all of this. People love all of these things as gifts, right? They're willing to pay the right price for a beautiful item. I give you guys the pricing guides and how to set your prices with the pricing worksheet, or I should say the pricing calculator. I even have a video that shows you how to use it. So visit the link on my bio that goes to the site. I actually restructured the homepage so that it's easier to navigate. So you'll have the, I'll show it for anybody who's new. You'll have at the top, it'll just say like, the craft products customers collect. But we have our build, shop, and learn. So you build with the Snap Charm system, right? So that'll take you to all of the Snap Charm items that we are seeing. And tomorrow at 9 a.m., we start with our first scene bead. So it could be any one of the ones that I showed you guys. And then we have the DIY craft supplies. So that's still all your standard craft supplies like the adhesives, the glues, the bead mixes, the creation tapes, the crystal, literally all the standard stuff you would still need, that you absolutely still need for bead crafting. And then the most important one, because believe it or not, this is the most important one when it comes to this business, is the Charmy Business Lab. Because this is how you make sales off of everything that you just bought, right? We literally go through these. I have my paid subscribers get a weekly call with me. Right now, we are on a multi-part series where we are literally breaking down how to plan your next set of collections for 90 days. Then we break that down to the first 30 days. Then we broke that down to the first series. Literally just this Tuesday, we talked about, let me go into our sessions here. Where's my Mm-mm. Give me a second. I'm going to pull it up here. Let me go into, don't need to see all my stats, y'all. Let me go to my posts. There you go. If there's no connection, it's not a collection, right? This is where I literally talk to you guys about all of this information. How to plan for a collection, how to know when you have a collection, and how to create one, right? I literally break everything down in written format, and you get to watch the entire series. Everything we talked about, the worksheets that I include are all included on there. This is, though, for my paid subscribers, like, it's literally inexpensive. When I say literally inexpensive, I know that a lot of us have spent more money on beads than the $8 a month that I charge for the business advice that you get. And as you guys can't tell, I am a trainer by trade. Like, my job is to train people. So it is not something that is new to me. Being in business isn't new to me. Being successful at business is not new to me. I just know how to put systems together. I know how to reach target markets. God, I worked at Telemundo, and my job was to be a literal media buyer. I had to know who we needed to market to. We spent millions of dollars trying to find the people that watched our shows, and I had to be the one to run all of those analytics. And the funny part is that when I started this business, because this is where the mind shift happens, right? I bet you a lot of us are very successful in either our businesses or our jobs, right? We're very successful. And then bead crafting comes along, and we fall in love with the aesthetics. We fall in love with the cutesy and the elegance and the beauty that is bead crafting. And then we buy impulsively, because that's literally we had that FOMO effect of, oh my God, I'm going to miss out. This is such a cool business. I would love to do that. I want to be able to sell that. I definitely can sell that, right? And then you get your hands on all this inventory, and then you're like, I have no idea where to start, because it's a new industry to you. But the funny part is that I went through that same cycle, y'all. Having the experience that I had did not prepare me for how addictive it can be to fall in love with this industry and not have an actual business plan in place that would accommodate my buyer. I was accommodating myself and my needs and my likes and my tastes. I wasn't planning or going, okay, let me see who my target market is and who would love, strawberry shortcake and, adorables designs, like from different. I never planned any of that. So I started where a lot of you have started as well. The only difference is like, I literally said to myself one day, I separated myself from the business, and I was like, I feel like I'm missing something. Like, there's something obviously a wall that I'm hitting, and I don't know why. And that's when I literally looked at everything that I was very successful with. And I was like, what was different? And I knew right away, every single one of those businesses, I never invested in them until I knew who I was selling to. And yet this one, we start out by buying a bunch of really cute stuff and putting pens together without knowing who the hell we're going to sell it to. And that's where then the overwhelm begins. And then we're like, look at our storage room, which that was my bedroom, or that was my craft room. And now it looks like a warehouse with boxes and bags of beads that I'll probably never sell in my lifetime. Like, I had this running joke with my husband, and I was like, God, if everything tanks, I feel a lot of us would be like bartering services for beads. Like, this is going to be the next currency to me. Like, with the amount of money we've spent on all our stuff, like, this is going to be the next set of currency for me. That's how we're going to start monetizing if things fall apart. Oh my Lord. But like I said, you can create collections easily from having an actual theme, from having a set story that people can connect with, and grouping those things together, right? I'm sure a lot of you have a ton of inventory, and you're probably like, how do I begin to create a collection? Just watch the videos. Go to my profile. Look at the video that I posted. I think it was on Monday or Tuesday. I gave you guys an action step on how to start sorting your inventory so that you can start seeing your collections come together. You guys have a lot of you who, if you're not beginners at any of this, if you're just getting started, this is not going to apply to you. On the contrary, for my people who are just getting started with this industry, please don't buy anything until you know who you're going to sell to and the level of commitment that you're going to have to creating content, being able to put together your website. I provide tons of these resources. I literally did a 3-week session. So for 3 weeks, my Charmy Business Lab insiders, we walked through step by step how to set up a Shopify site. If you're just getting started, I talk about Big Cartel. That's a great way to get started. You don't have to pay anything, but it's a website. So if right now you're selling and you're still having people send you Zells and PayPals and all sorts of stuff, please don't keep doing that. You're putting your business, your bank, and all of your personal stuff at risk. There's so many scammers out there right now trying to target crafters. And the hard part about it is, because people are new to this industry and everybody's so excited when they get their first sale or to get a sale, that's what they prey on. That you'll never think, oh, this is somebody scamming me. They're waiting for the fact that you go, oh, yeah, let's do this. Here's my bank account information. And then they tell you, oh, I sent you the money. I send you fake screenshots that they AI'd on there. And the problem with that is that then you guys start sending screenshots of your stuff. And I've covered this already like 2 or 3 times. I've had videos of one as early as, I think it's like about 2 to 3 weeks ago. I made a video because someone was about to have the same issue happen where the previous person had a similar situation, and she did send some stuff out. And thankfully I was like, no, cancel that conversation, right? I don't only have a system to offer you guys. This is but one part. This is, once you know who you're going to sell to, get this system so that it makes it easier for you to sell. But if anything, I implore you, just sign up for free to the article site that I have. It's on the homepage of my site. Click the link in my bio. Go to the Charmy Business Labs. Sign up for free. Look at all the information I share with you. If you're new to bead crafting, or AKA collection crafting, because that's what I'm calling it now, collection crafting, and you have no idea what to do, start there. If you have a ton of inventory and have no idea how to sell your inventory, start there as well. I have so much information for free that I give you guys. I even give you a pricing calculator. I would prefer that you guys walk into this business knowing who you're going to sell to than to start buying a bunch of stuff and then look at all of that stuff and go, what did I do? And have like that buyer's remorse or regret. Trust me, I know the lives are very enticing. They know how to hit that FOMO effect button on us, right? Seeing, things on sale, things, because you see the potential. But seeing the potential is not the only thing that matters in this business. You have to be able to understand how to sell this if you want to have that growth potential and the opportunity to actually turn it into a business. Otherwise, you guys are just hobbyists at that point, right? You're buying a bunch of stuff just to have it. So the systems are here when you're ready to start actually selling. And all the guidance is on the homepage of my site and the Charmy Business Lab. Go there. Like I said, sign up for free. I already saw a couple of you do that. You're not going to regret it. I have so much great information, step by steps. I walk you through videos. I give you calculators. I give you everything. My goal with this launch is to have you guys succeed with this business. I started in this the same way you did. I was excited and I bought a bunch of stuff. Thankfully, I realized quickly that all I needed to do was apply the business knowledge that I had to this industry, and then it all started flowing. Misty, link in my bio, and it'll take you to my site. I'll give you guys a quick tour again. I know I've done it a couple of times, but here, let me go to the 1 second. All right. So if you click the link in my bio, it'll make you open up the site on your mobile or wherever. But whether you're on the computer or on your mobile phone, I have the 3 things that we do right here, right? So that's the Snap Charm system. That's all of this really cool stuff. That's the system that I set up so that it makes it easier for you to sell your crafts. That's the craft supplies. That's the standard stuff that, base beads and all sorts of stuff to build your designs. This one right here, your Charmy Business Lab. When you enter the lab, if that's your first time visiting the site, you'll be able to go in and sign up for free. I have so many things in there, y'all. Like, there's my notes. Anything that's notes, I have in there. DIY tutorials, business coach GPT. This is for my paid subscribers, right? So you'll get to see it. If you are a free subscriber, you actually get a free, you can access a paid item. And it's very little stuff that I have for my paid subscribers. My biggest give to my paid subscribers, which by the way, it's $8 a month for all of this information that I provide you with. I do a weekly live Zoom call with them. And we quite literally go through a bunch of information that matters. Like right now, we're on a series on how to plan your collection releases, how to market it, everything that you can think of under tools and resources. Like these all came out from our paid subscriber stuff. So I give those for free. Beadcraft business sessions, right? This is all the stuff for my paid subscribers, but this is where we talked about the 3-part series on how to set up your Shopify site. Right? All of these, not everything is paid. If it's paid, you'll see a little lock. If not, it's all open and free. One signature design, multiple markets. I talked to you guys about how to start working with your target markets. I even have find your creator personality. That literally, here, I'm going to try to zoom in with. There you go. Find your creator personality. I literally created an article on how to pair up what you love with a target market. So that way you know how to start picking the markets that you're going to work best with. And that's free. There's no lock on that one or anything. Tools and resources, how to build your product descriptions when you're selling your stuff. I talked about Big Cartel. That's a great site to get started. When you're here, let me show you guys what I'm talking about. Big Cartel. Right? You can sell products for free. It's great for crafters. You can do up to 5 products for free. So you could do your first 5 collections for free. And then it's super easy. So if you don't want not complications, there's complexity to Shopify. You don't need all of that to start. Go there. I don't get any kickbacks, by the way, or anything from these people or Shopify or a lot of the resources. I literally just want you guys to have access to that. I do not gatekeep. You guys have heard, for those of you who've been here for a while with me and those who have not and you're just joining me, I do not gatekeep, y'all. I have my patent pending system. That's the only thing I will gatekeep because I'm not going to sit there and, obviously describe the soup. But if it's patent pending, y'all can see it, how it's made, literally. Okay? All of that, I do not gatekeep for a reason. There's no sense in me keeping this information to myself. All right, so there's that. Tools and resources has product sales diagnostics checklist. Like, why is it that you're failing? What exactly do you need to do to help? Stop guessing your prices. It's a pricing calculator. One of the, I think I did it on a TikTok live, if I'm not mistaken. I actually walked through the whole calculator. All my TikTok live replays are in here, right? All that stuff is there. There's tons. I've been doing the teaching side of this business since last September, but publishing everything since January. So you guys have a ton of content. And the one biggest thing here, I'm going to flip my, I don't want to do that. Let me flip my camera. Give me 1 second. You don't need to be seeing my coffee. I mean, my coffee's there, but My coffee's not important. Hi guys, nice to see you. I know it's like finally you see me live, and yes, I do a lot of my videos same day. So this is the shirt I wore for my live today, or my live announcement. How do you set up shipping? Um, I'll have to do a class on that. We covered Shopify last time, so I can do a class on that. But there's lots to go over when it's these sites. I honestly prefer to do training classes because that way we can break everything down. It would turn into an entire lesson if I sat here and went through it. Oh yeah, go ahead and send me a DM. What I'll do is I'll do like a tutorial and I'll post it on the site for everybody for free because that's not something that I'm gonna gatekeep for my free subscribers. So if you're interested in it, send me a DM. Make sure you sign up on the article site so that I can go ahead and or you can go ahead and get notified when I publish it. I'll try to work on it. I want to say through the weekend. Give me through the weekend because I have no, sweetie, I'm not. I'm actually in Florida. I am in Central Florida. So yeah, no, I'm in the US, but I do ship internationally. So all our stuff is set up for international shipment. I've done everything that I can to have all that stuff set up. I know it's a little bit higher because of all the stuff that's happening with tariffs and whatnot, but I go through the Shopify service provider that does like all the DDPs and all that stuff for international shipments. So you'll have like your own, like there's the catalog for my international buyers on there as well. But yeah, everything I offer is there. So unless it's something that specifically can't ship to that country, like if it's an adhesive or something like that, it's all there. What else? Gosh, tons of stuff, y'all. But yeah, my biggest thing is trying to teach you guys how to take the collections that you have, like putting these together and showing it. And this is the biggest piece of advice I give you guys. If you're going to a craft show, zip it. Zip it until after you hear them say, oh my God, that's so cool. Oh my God, wow, blah, blah, blah. You can say hi, right? Be personable. Don't be just like stone-faced, but be personable, but don't sit there and go, oh, by the way, I have this collection. Don't. First of all, you're going to get exhausted talking the entire time. You're going to be very thirsty. But the showing them how it works is how you'll guarantee a sale faster. Like, I teach you guys, like literally lay them down just so that they can see that the pull is legit. And here's the other piece of advice for all of you who are new and starting, or my current ones who are building stuff without branding your stuff. Please brand your stuff, like legit. I use little jump rings with engraved charms that have my business logo on it. I've been teaching this part, I want to say since February, I've been reminding you guys to brand your stuff, but please brand your stuff. Stop letting other people take credit for your work, and stop being forgettable with your work, because when you don't have any of your stuff on there, your branding, a lot of people that really buy like one-offs from you may not remember. If I buy something from you at a convention and I visited 30 booths at a convention, do you really think I'm going to remember your booth name? I'm not. But guess what? Your branding is right there. It's on your pen. So if I have a coworker and they see my super cute little pen and I'm writing on, they're like, oh my God, that's so cute. Is that one of those bead pens? Be like, girl, this is a whole collection. Like legit. I can go ahead and pop my characters on and continue writing. So I can have a different character every single day. Like, you should have seen this girl's booth. Like, she had all this, blah, blah, blah. That's memorable. That's a collection mindset. That's collection crafting. And yes, you heard that here first. So these are the newest ones that we have. This is our first stand display. We're going to be widening it. So like, we're going to continue expanding, y'all. My husband and I are very problem solving kind of people. You want to say hi, honey? Tell everybody. Hold on. I'm going to flip it over. He's my engineer, y'all. You can say hi. Hold on. I'll tell you when I flip it. I flipped it. That's my hubby. And those are our babies where we build all of the beads and all the stuff. And then there's all the cool supplies. You guys get a little Lisa's like, hi. I love her so much. She's awesome. Hi, sweetie. And then like literally all the supplies are there. And then we got like a ton of stuff here. And I still have more stuff everywhere. But like literally, y'all, literally, like we work so hard to try to make sure that you guys have what you need, not only for your DIY supplies, but that you have the stuff that you need to be successful, right? Anybody can sell you anything. But if you have no direction and no way to figure out how to sell the thing that you bought, then you're just a hobbyist. You're just collecting. Will the bead get smaller for thread? So it's not like your standard bead. The threading is perfect. It's exactly what's needed for the bead rods. So do you do a bride with veil pen? Are you talking about for our scene beads? Like the ones where we have like the different scenes? Because we don't have one, but we can look at creating an entire wedding series. So like that's the new thing that we're doing with the scenes. So like the scene, like we have the pot of gold. And like I said, the hole that's on the bottom of all of our designs, they are perfectly made for the threading. Like you can see it's not falling off. I barely got it on there. And when I close it, it's tight. So you can use glue if you want. I do recommend, and you should only put it on the thread. Please don't glue up your entire pen. Unless you have a lot of experience with doing that, you could very easily damage your beads because any kind of instant glue has fumes. They have to release those fumes. If you have everything tightly packed and you have everything sitting here, it could cause a blooming effect on your designs, especially like your acrylics. It's gonna ruin your entire design, and there goes an entire pen out the door. So if you're gonna glue stuff, put it in place. You can put a little bit on the threading that's inside the main pen. Do not put any of your beads. Please do not put any of your beads until you've given the glue the 24 hours to cure. That makes sure that all the gases are released. There's no blooming effect. Everything's fine at that point. Pop all your beads on and then go ahead and put a little bit of glue here and close it up. Okay? Even with keeping it like this, you're fine. This is a plastic. This is a plastic. But this plastic that's in here with the bead on top is not gonna work. Even with these, it will work because guess what? The glue is inside this piece with the thread. Here, the fumes have only one way to get out, right? It's not gonna, this has an this material is porous. It will absorb that. But the material that's in here, because it's ABS plastic, will not. So I know it's weird. It's like, I'm talking very specific, but that will work. Whereas if you decide to put all that stuff and you have like a bunch of acrylics, it could mess up your acrylics. But yes, it's like, they're not like, even these, I have to, like you can see, they're not jiggling around. So it is very much made for the bead rods. These are just for the pen ones, but we have different ones for like badge reels. We have our side mounts for the badge reels that have the key rods. And for the keychains, we have the side mounts. We also have the flex bases. But honey, can you do me a favor? Write down a wedding series. I want to do a wedding series set of beads too. And if you guys have ideas that you want to throw at us, I have a ton that we're already doing. We're releasing one a day. You're looking to purchase a pen with Brighter Veil all white sparkly. So Sonia, thank you so much for saying that. So my target market, the people that I work with are the bead crafters. But message me and I'll connect you with one of our crafters. And if they have like a wedding design, I'll put a message out and I'll just connect you with a designer. I don't work directly with the end customer. I make it a point not to, because I don't want to compete against my customer, right? My biggest thing is being able to offer the supplies, offer the systems that they can use to sell what they need to sell, and teach them how to do it. But one of the things, and if you are one of my beautiful crafters and you're listening to this, I did purchase chibisnapcharms.com. I am creating a maker directory. So like Lisa, I know you're on here, girl. I'm gonna start messaging all of my Chibi Snap Charm customers. I'm creating that maker directory. If you have your samples, like if you have some stuff that you've created, if you have, we're using chibisnapcharms.com to connect you guys with customers. So that way you have a place to connect your site, your stuff. I'm not doing like, I'm not trying to pull. Hi, sweetie. No, I'm just saying that, so chibisnapcharms.com, I purchased it so that I can create a maker directory so that I, like someone like Sonia who's looking for a particular type of pen can go on the site, get the information she needs from a designer who has like, for example, a wedding design pen, and can get what she wants from this Snapcharm system. So yeah, I'm creating a not only a maker directory, but you guys will be able to see the designs and everything that those crafters have and go directly to their website. So there's gonna be a couple of stipulations I have to list yourself on there. Obviously you have to be creating with the Chibi Snapcharm system. If you want your products, like your links listed and your information in the directory listed, you have to be able to do that. So yeah, it's, you know, is it Miss Feifei? It's not even about the thoughtfulness. It's just, I feel like there's so many artists on here and the platform. There's a lot of wholesalers and everything, and that's fine. Everybody has the right to do any business, but there's not, like literally until I started in September on flip the words. I started teaching in September there and then brought it to this platform in January. Until I started teaching this, nobody was talking about the business side of all of this and the overwhelm that you can feel when you have a ton of supply and not a clue on how to run this as a business, right? So I was very successful on that site. I've been very successful with all my businesses. The problem is that a lot of people either have never done it as a business or haven't connected the dots yet on how to do this as a business because they fell in love with it like they would a customer, not as a business owner. So you have a lot of people who feel overwhelmed and they have like, you know, like I have this rack of pens. That's literally all I have left of all of the pens that I have. And I do it because I need my pens to create my demos and my video content and my stuff. And now I'm going to be doing a series. Let me show you guys. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Sasha, by the way. And I help bead crafters and collection crafters turn their inventory into products that actually sell. So that's my shtick. But this is my Charmy wheel. This is the new series that's starting next week. I'm literally gonna video all of this, y'all. And I'm gonna have like a little wheel. It's gonna say, oh, pink. So I gotta go into the pink drawer. And inside I'm gonna have characters that are all set up. And we're going to do an entire collection. And then I'm giving it away. I will be giving it away because at the end of the day, like I said, I don't want to be a collection crafter myself. My passion, my drive is in educating and teaching. Like literally that is my 9 to 5. I travel doing this. I am a VP of learning and development and that is my job. But I wanted something fun to do as well and have the ability to do the same teaching that I do and have it resonate and work with people. And I've seen so many successes already from those of you who have been with me since January, who have been, you know, on the article site, learning, understanding pricing, understanding how to set up your collections. I have people who are like, oh yeah, I sold it at these prices. I'm like, because you have to brand it that way. You have to build it. Your pen should not be selling for $7 and $10, y'all. Unless you're literally creating, you know, junk. There's literally no reason that, you know, a pen that costs you like $10 to $15 to create, depending on how much you spent on them, especially if you have like these really big clay beads and stuff like that, that you're selling it for less than what you paid or for the face value of what you paid. Because at that point, you're just a hobbyist, right? I teach you guys how to create value in what you do. You are designers. There's, you know, if we look at this business from the perspective of a brand, like a collection brand, like Hermes and all these, and you guys are probably like, oh my God, it's not Hermes. Hermeses are collectible for a reason. They made themselves valuable. They offer quality, right? What we have to offer is quality. These are beautiful pens. They're not cheap. They're not, you don't buy them at like a Wally World and go, oh yeah, let me pull one off the rack for $2, right? You don't do that kind of stuff. You have to handcraft these. You have to design them. You have to take the time to create. You are a designer. The problem is a lot of us go, oh my God, this is just a hobby. This is just a craft. Like, people are really gonna pay this? You were willing to buy it. So yes, people are willing to pay for it. You have people trampling each other for freaking Beanie Babies in the 80s and in the 90s, or the 90s, I should say. People, like I remember when Labubus came out, people lined up from the Pop Mart store out the mall because they had a series drop. Like, and yet we are here creating the ability, having the ability to create collections, right? Instead of selling on a live one pen at a time and having somebody going, okay, can I, what color do you want here, sweetie? Blah, blah, blah. It shouldn't take you half an hour to have someone decide what kind of pen they want. Not at all. You're the designer. Design it and then sell it. Show them the cool stuff that it can do. You don't even have to sit there and build on site. You have your collections ready to go. They are ready to sell. They're ready to walk out the door. That's the confidence you have to have. And it isn't hard when you have something really awesome to sell. When you can confidently sit there and show them and showcase the pens working together. That you can team up one character from a series that you created for one collection and have it go to a different character. And have a different character go on top of that pen. And have that character go on a badge reel. And that character isn't falling off the badge reel. I can swing this around, it's not gonna fall off, okay? That's what I teach you. I have the system in place. It's on the site, everything's there. I have an entire site dedicated to educating you. When you open up your kit, literally teaches you. Everything is there. You can take that same character, pop it on a keychain. I want you guys to create collectible systems, right? You collected the inventory. Do something with it. Tell the story. It doesn't, even if you have characters that aren't like popular, you know, popular mainstream characters, make an entire series. I talked about this with my Charmy Business Lab insiders. This is literally what we've been talking about. Give me 1 second. Let me pull. So, for example, like these are the worksheets that we do on the Business Lab calls that we do each week. So this week, like I said, we covered designing products people come back for. And we go through the worksheets. You get access to these worksheets and I work through them with you so you understand what you're doing, right? We go through every single process. I want you guys to understand the business side. That's why I do this. I could have easily just sold the stuff myself, right? I could have just been like, I'm not gonna teach anybody. I'll just build this system and sell pens, and I would have been, oh, thank you. I would have been outselling everybody every day, twice on Sunday, because I have a really cool system. That's not me. That's not what drives me. I can make sales. I know I've proven that I can make sales time and time and again. This is the kind of person I am. The job that I'm working for now, this is my second go around with them. The first time I quit, because I didn't feel valued. And I kid you not, I quit. I didn't have another job lined up. I was like, you know what? I just bought a house. I want to get into real estate. And I got into real estate. This was in 2020, people. Okay? I got into real estate. I studied and I passed my exam in 1 month. So September of 2020, I was a licensed real estate agent. I worked independently for a year, and then I worked for a builder for a year, and I got Rookie of the Year for making the top sales. outselling people who had been in the industry for 20 freaking years. So when I tell you I know how to sell, I know how to sell. But selling is not my passion. Teaching, educating, that's my passion. Now, I can't do the elementary school teaching. I love teaching adults. I can't do that. I leave that to my husband. He's the teacher. But I educate. I love being able to train and talk to adults and say, hey, no question is a dumb question. When you don't ask any questions, those are the dumb questions, because when you have the opportunity to ask a question, I don't ever want to hear anybody tell me, I think this is a dumb question. The question you don't ask is the dumb question. Okay? I'm here to help. I have handheld a ton of you. I literally spoke with one person for 4 hours. She wasn't a paid subscriber. She didn't sit there and give me, $100 an hour, $200 or $1,000 an hour. I literally did it out of the kindness of my heart because I want to see her succeed. She had a big show coming up and we walked through an entire process. How to set herself apart from everybody else. How to not make it overwhelming for customers to go to her booth. I had another, and now this person, the second person, is a Charming Insider. And she had her very first craft show. She was literally sending me pictures of how she was setting up her table. And I said, okay, hold on. And I'm editing her pictures going, okay, move this here, move this there, do this there. And it made sense. Because too many times, and I've been, I don't want to say a victim. I've been a part of that where I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to invest in this system and then pay $3,000 for this system. And then I get nothing out of it. To me, I give you the information. The information is there. 90% of it is free. 10% is through that article site because I'm spending that time weekly talking to you guys and doing that. That's the little investment that I ask for, $8 a month. Do I need the money? No, I don't need the money. But it's nice to have a business succeed. It's how I can continue supporting getting the supplies, right? Because I'm not going to put my personal funds. I want my business to support my business, right? It's why I continue to innovate on the Snap Charm system. It's why I continue to offer really cool DIY supplies. We have, if I'm not mistaken, in the US, y'all. I'm not saying overseas. But in the US, we have the largest collection of sugar rhinestones. Legit. Look at my sugar wall. That's my sugar wall for you guys. I gotta figure out how to flip this thing faster instead of having to keep going to flip camera. That's our sugar wall. Oh, I can't have my phone go. Ugh, there's still more stuff down there. But I have my phone connected to my mic and I will lose it if I... Oh, actually, no, I won't. Let me disconnect. There we go. So that's the sugar wall. So when I tell you guys I have all the supplies, I do. And I am very thankful when you guys do buy stuff from the shop. I want to make sure you have something stateside to buy, right? I want to make sure you have your stones and all your stuff. There's our first set, by the way. That's our little set. Anyway, I sidetracked there. But like I said, I have the stuff. Do I need to make sales 24 hours a day to supplement my income? No, I don't. No, I don't. My passion is in teaching and educating. And I appreciate the support and growth that you appreciate the advice. It's working for you. I appreciate it, but I don't need it, right? And I pray to God I never have to be in a position to need it, because that's working from that side of desperation. That's always such a hard thing. I've been there. I've had my struggles in life, right? Where, you wonder how you're going to pay your next bill. I've had those, y'all. I haven't had luxury my entire life. I don't even have luxury now. We live very humbly. Yes, I have all this stuff, but the business paid for itself, right? We struggled and we got out of it. We let the business pay for the business. But a lot of us get into this business paying for, literally that's what happened to me. The first year when I love telling this story because he's the one that made me realize I was thinking about this wrong. I went ahead and I was I had my pity party moment. I was man, why am I hitting my head over? Literally every day I would go to him. I have an idea how to sell. I have another idea. I think I'm going to change the idea. I'm going to go to another idea. And he would literally look at me and go every day what is going on? Are you okay? honey, I understand you invested all this money in this stuff. And look, if we don't make it back, at least you bought really cool stuff. I was like literally talking myself into like, yeah, I can just make myself a pen a day and I'll have a pen every day. And maybe I'll just give them away. Maybe I'll make them and then you can give them to the students at your class. Like I was literally talking myself into accepting that I had spent over $8,000 on supplies and had no idea how to sell stuff. I sold houses. I've sold training systems. I've sold, 5-figure or a 6-figure software deals, but I couldn't figure out how to sell a freaking bead pen. And it wasn't until I had to I literally stepped back and I was like, okay, what am I missing? Like, why am I looking at this all wrong? And it was because I was treating this, I was thinking I was running a business, but I was running a hobby. I was running a hobby because everything that I kept buying at the time, I was buying because I liked it, because I thought it was pretty, because I thought it was cute. So somebody was going to buy it, right? That magical somebody that exists in this world was going to buy my pen or my keychain or my cute chibi this. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, you're running a hobby at that point. If all you did was buy for yourself, you were literally running a hobby, not a business. And it wasn't until that point where I literally had to go, okay, I need to get rid of this, this, and this. So I went to Whatnot, and I've talked about this multiple times. Okay, and I know I just said the name, so hopefully I don't get a violation for it. But I went there with a specific goal in mind. I destashed, but I destashed correctly, meaning I figured in, even in my auctions, the amount of money that I was going to pay for the fees, the amount of money that I would have had to pay for the transaction, right? Because it's whatever percentage for the commission, the transaction fee, and the 30 cents for each transaction. So you got to think about those things. When you're on sites like that, the different craft sites, like the Jungle Place, like all of these places that are marketplaces, you have to understand there is a commission fee, there is a transaction percentage processing fee, and sometimes they'll charge you a 30 cent, 25 cent, whatever cent value for each transaction. So imagine that. You start an auction at $1. It sells for $1. You lost out 30 cents right out the gate. And then whatever commission percentage. So in some places it's like 10, 11, 12%. What did you make? Even if you only spend $1 on that item, you're out. You're already in the negative. The moment you don't sell it for more than $1 and whatever fees there would have been, you're already out. So now what are you doing? You're giving away your product. You're giving away your hobby. You might as well have just said, hey, whoever, pays me $1, I'll just ship all this stuff to you. You might as well have just done that, right? So I made sure before I did any of that, I factored in how much it was going to cost me. So my auctions didn't start at $1. They started at 3, 5, 7, 9, whatever amount. Because at the end of the day, you are the seller. You decide what you want to sell. If somebody doesn't want to buy from you, or you get people on there like, oh my God, that's so expensive, isn't it? Move on. They can scroll, right? You're not going to fit every customer profile. You're not going to fit every buyer profile. Some people just want a bargain. Move on. I'm not selling it at a bargain. At a minimum, I want to make back what I paid for it. You don't have to give the shirt off your back to make a business. It's an investment. An investment pays you back. At least that's what it should. But a lot of people don't think that way. So anyway, I went on Whatnot. I said it again. I gotta stop saying it. I went there. I sold my stuff. That made no sense for me. The direction I wanted to go was from a teaching. And by the way, that's where I started teaching, because I ran 4 classes in September of last year. And I was like, I'm going to give this a try, because everybody keeps telling me, like, how do you create these and how do you do this and all this stuff? And I was just like, okay. So I created a little kit. I'm not joking. I created a little kit with some of the supplies that I had and some of the characters. And every week, like, that kit came with like the ability to make a pen, a keychain, a phone chain, and like an actual bead, like a fancy bead. So that kit came with 4 projects. I think I sold it for like 25 bucks, if I'm not mistaken, right? I still made a profit, but it was worth it because when I got on those weekly calls, those were actually the most numbers I had without having to pay to promote my show because people wanted to learn. And so I told my husband, I was like, that's it. I got to teach people how to do this. I got to not just how to do it, but how to do it as a business. And literally that's where it started. I took a break after October. I think I did like one more show to get rid of like the little things that I knew. Like I had like some kawaii bags and little things. Like I literally was like, when I tell you I had a ton of stuff like you guys probably have in your closets, I had the same amount of stuff. I was like, that's not the direction I'm going. Destash. But I made my profit and I made my money back because that same money I invested in getting all of these supplies to supplement my target customer, which is the crafter themselves. I relaunched in January, which is the first set of videos you're going to see on my profile. And that's where we are right now. In April, we launched the Chibi Snap Charm system because when I tell you I'm a problem solver, y'all, like Cheryl, I saw you on the call. If you're still here, right? Cheryl knows she's had moments where like as a crafter, you get stuck or you're like, man, something's not working. I've had plenty of you message me like, Sasha, I need to know how to do this because this keeps happening and you're sending me pictures and I literally give you the advice that fixes the thing. Because sometimes getting someone else's perspective and that fresh eyes on a problem helps resolve it. They might have the answer that you don't, right? That's why I love our insiders because there may be times where I might not have an answer, but somebody else has an answer. I can't answer right away. And they're able to go ahead and answer. So I've had those moments. And being able to, describe to you guys like how to fix an issue or that was my passion. Like that's literally what I love. So the fact that I created a system was born out of trying to figure out like, how do we get away from just selling a freaking pen at a time or a keychain at a time or going, okay, guys, here's a keychain. And here, let me grab one of my pens here. Now, here's a keychain and pen duo. Here you go. And okay, nobody wants it. Let's move on. Y'all, no. I'm like, there has to be a way to move this inventory faster. And that's where the Snap Charm system came in. Like I said, we launched in January with our very first kit. Immediately, I was already like, I need to innovate more. Like, I want the character mounts to be easier to pop on. I want, the character stands to be seamless and, have a stronger magnetic pull. Just lots of upgrades. And then I think it was at the beginning of May, we did the 2.0 system. And like the 2.0 is like, that's the one. That's the one we have right now as our standard because it's worked and we continue to innovate. Like today we launched the stand. It already has the base built into it. And it has a pen holder that can hold your standard pens. Even your other little thin ones, like these, right? It can hold that. Still, it's standing straight still, right? Your rhinestone pens and your decorated pens. And a huge shout out to Cheryl because she was my inspiration for the bigger bases because she was like, there's got to be a way. There's got to be a way. Yeah, sweetie. So I am relaunching our character duos. I don't have the character duos up yet. We just updated the site today. But tomorrow I have our first scene bead. I'm going to just kind of magically pick one. We're launching one of these a day. And our character duos, we're going to be posting our character duos as well. So yes, that was Mary Maiden. Yep. Or Mari. I don't know. I speak Spanish, so I see, Mari as well. So I'm like, that was my mom's nickname. Her name was Maristela. But there you go. So like these are launching tomorrow. We're going to do one at a time. Or one a day, I should say. And then each day I'm going to be like, which one should we do next? So y'all, if you see those videos, please comment on the polls so I go ahead and do that. Oh, yay, sweetie. Yeah. I need to start like, so I was raised in South Florida. So I speak that Spanglish kind of Spanish, where I could definitely speak like very fluent Spanish, but I always get hung up because every culture is different, right? So if you say one thing, so I'm in Florida. I'm in Central Florida. I ship from St. Cloud, so you'll be getting from the States, but our site is set up for international shipping. So Mari, yes, I was raised in South Florida, so I speak that Spanglish, but I always get hung up because when I try to speak to someone in Spanish, I'm like, oh man, am I saying the right words? Because I've had friends and even family where I'll say a word and they'll be like, they'll start laughing out of nowhere, and I'll be like, what? Oh, because you said barriga, and I'll be like, oh, okay, gotcha. I said it's different, right? And everybody has a different name for a chancleta, right? I say chancleta, there's chancla, there's slipper, there's slipper, like there's every kind of every kind of option, right? So I always get hung up on that. So I was actually contemplating doing that. I was like, I think I need to do like a Spanish series of training, but it all resonates. Like it's not hard to see. That's why I always tell you guys, show, don't tell, right? Just quite literally show the system snapping in place. You don't got to say a word. It does it for you, right? And you're able to write, do your stuff, still go, you drop your pen. Like obviously there's care instructions that I always tell you guys to include with your products, right? Even your packaging should be presentable. Like, hold on, I'm gonna grab my so these are the ones that I showed you guys in some of the videos. If you're new here, you haven't seen them probably, or if you scroll through the videos, you'll see them. But like, upgrade your packaging. Like all of these little things, I know they might seem tedious, but this is crafting, guys. Like this is literally what we do. This is why people would be willing to pay top dollar for a design, right? Because you're creating an actual collection, something that they can keep, not just a throwaway or, hey, it doesn't work. Okay, there you go, right? But like I literally show you guys how to upgrade your packaging and your items. This is done with creation tape, by the way, and sugar rhinestones. So I literally put our 1 centimeter creation tape all the way around. I cut out the parts here where the legs go, but I dipped and I spread it and I dipped it just so it gave that effect. And I teach you guys this, right? But this is part of that snap charm system. And for those of you who may know, or actually for those of you who don't know, like this is my little inside thing. These are the only set that have the reverse polarity because these were my original babies. Like these are the ones that we launched with when we launched the snap charm system. So it's literally the only one that has the reverse polarity of the designs. So everybody, whether you bought the items like the snap charm system day one when we launched the 1.0, all the way to the future when you buy it, like the polarity will all match this one, but these will not match up to these. These are literally the only set. And I did that because it's special to me, right? Like I have an entire, and not just this one, I have like the entire Mario line. I absolutely love Mario. Like it was literally, let me pop my the speaker thingy. But Super Mario was quite literally the start of my childhood with like games and stuff like that. Like I saw my friends have the Mario, like the Nintendo system. I finally for my birthday got the Super Nintendo and I fell in love with it, and I fell in love with the characters, and it was just so special to me. So when the movies came out, man, I even cried at the movie theater. I was like, because it was nostalgic to say the least, but they were my inspiration for creating the demo system of the snap charms. So these are the only ones with the reverse polarity. But when I tell you, like, you can sell something like this for a lot of money, and I literally had people asking me, oh my God, my husband loves this, or oh my God, my kids would love this. Like, how much are you selling your entire thing for? I'm like, I'm not. The end customer is not my target market, but I can connect you with my crafters who do. I've already done that. I've actually set anytime I get somebody who is interested in buying a design, I don't design it for them. I give it as a referral, as a lead to my followers. Whether or not, as long as I know what they offer, like what their design style is, I will pair them up. I don't ask for anything in return. They're not my target customer. And instead of just going, no, I don't do that, I just send them to you guys. Whoever's, connects with me and tells me what they do and what they sell. And now that we're going to have the maker directory for the Chibi Snap Charm system, I'm going to have a directory of all of my bead crafters who actually sell the system, have their target market. So like, I'll know exactly what style you have, and it's all going to be on chibisnapcharms.com. That site is just going to be for my makers. There's not going to be a fee to be listed. There's not going to be a commission or anything like that, because I'm not selling. It's not a sales platform. It's going to be quite literally where you get leads and connect with people who want to buy your design. So if my channel blows up and I have a ton of customers that are like, oh my God, I would love to buy the collection that you have, cool, go to this site, pair up with a designer. There you go. I'm not losing anything. Understand that, okay? And some of you are like, oh God, how's she running a business? First of all, for those of you who are new here, I don't depend on this as my income, right? It's a nice to have to, it validates that I have a business in place, and everything that I've shown you guys was purchased with funds from the business success. I haven't had to invest anything else other than that initial amount of money that I invested. And I already made that back with the WN.com site. Like, I've already said it like twice, so I don't want to get in trouble for saying it, but the other auction site with the yellow and black, I made all that money back and then some, and then invested in getting all the supplies. So this business supports itself. Do I make a ton of money or anything like that? No. Every now and then I'll, do a seller, an owner's draw. But I mean, I'd like to get paid eventually for it, but it is not my income source. So when I tell you guys that I am more than happy to help you, I mean it. I don't do it because there's an ultimatum, or not an ultimatum, an ulterior motive. So it's just a passion. I love doing this. So, and I appreciate you guys. So yeah, that's me. That's all it is. But yeah, so I want to get back to, wrapping up what we've got coming up, because it's already 10 and I typically log out for the day because I still got my main position that I do with my 9 to 5, but I love my 9 to 5. I honestly do. Being able to train and teach, it's one of the things that I absolutely love to do. Oh, thank you, Cheryl. Thank you, sweetie. But yes, so tomorrow morning, we are launching the first scene bead, right? I'm going to just randomly pick one. We are launching one every day, so keep on the site. If there's something that, when you see the polls come up on the content post, please vote. No, you don't. No, I absolutely, you know what, Cheryl, it's so funny. Because I don't know if you heard me talking about you, but I did. Because that was when you first asked me one of the questions on how to fix that issue with the notebook thing. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes we need somebody to be able to talk to and just to kind of bounce ideas with. And funny enough, from those interactions, literally that's where the Insiders was born from. Because I was like, okay, I have a lot of my subscribers that are my picks. That's where it needs to, we all need to work with each other. And so it flourished from there. But I don't want you guys feeling like, oh my gosh, she's, an influencer. No, man, just message me. You have a question, freaking message me. I don't care. It might take me a business day to respond to you because, I have life, but I will respond. I'm actually really good at responding. I don't like leaving things undone.
It's just the weird thing in me. But it is one of those things where if you have a question, like I've talked to many of you. Like I've talked to people who were like, you know, I'm selling this is the only way that I can make money for my medical bills. Like, do you have any advice? And I literally give them a blueprint. I've had people tell me, oh my God, I have like all these things to sell. And I literally sent me pictures. Oh, Lisa, thank you, sweetie. Pictures of their craft room and it's a mess. And I'm like, okay, take a breath. Start with X, Y, and Z, and then break it down from there. If you take it into little pieces, it won't seem like this mountain. It's crazy. Just having somebody else validate that you're not insane, right? And that you can make a business out of this is all it takes sometimes. So take it for what it's worth. You know, I am here to help. I don't have an ulterior motive other than to see you guys succeed. And I love creating. I love inventing, like you guys see with my little snap charm. So that's why I bring it up. But I built this for you guys so that you have an easy way to sell your stuff and you're not just hawking a pen at a time, right? You're actually able to move all that inventory that you may have invested in and you have thousands of dollars of stuff sitting in your closet or in your craft room collecting dust or getting, you know, plastics do eventually sometimes get bad, or if they're enclosed in bags can go bad. So keeping that in mind, just I'm here to help. If you guys want to ask me a question, if you want to write me your life story, whatever you do, I do not share anything that I have not been given permission to. Like even when I did those stories about the two people that I helped with the potential scam artist, I asked the permission. I was like, are you okay if I share? I don't share their information specifically. Like I don't give them like user, none of that, right? Unless you specifically give me permission, I don't sit there and talk about any of the stuff that you talk to me about. So that being said, I appreciate you guys. Keep, you know, link in bio, that's going to show you, we refresh the site so that it makes it easier for you guys to see where the Charmy Business Lab is, which is exactly where you need to go if you want to learn about the business side. The DIY supplies is obviously all the DIY supply stuff that you guys have seen already. And the Snap Charm system, that one we're continuously expanding on. You saw the slim mounts, right? That's, where's my character? She's perfect for it because both of these have the slim mounts. And the slim mount small is the one that works with this design. But we have the holders now. And we are working on like more innovative designs and more stuff. So lots and lots coming. I can't wait. I can't wait to share those with you guys. I love you. Have a great rest of your night and a great and beautiful weekend. And I'll keep in touch with you guys. I'm going to keep messaging and doing videos. I took a few weeks break. Like I think it was like 3 or 4 weeks of posting like 2 weeks posting constantly because I wanted there to be direction. And now that I know that I have that direction and how we're going to proceed, you guys are going to have so much more cool stuff to show. Or I'm going to have so much more cool stuff to show you guys. I love you. Thank you for joining me. And I will see you guys next Thursday. I believe I have another show planned. And if I don't, I will do that. Cheryl, baby, honey. Cheryl says she's still waiting on her 6-foot-tall man that you're designing. Hold on.
Look, I only got 3.
Hold on, I'm gonna flip the camera. You gotta tell her. Go ahead.
I only got 3 printers. Now, we got a new computer.
Look, we got another one, Cheryl. We got another one.
I don't know if you've ever used CAD. It is tricky.
Thank you, Lisa.
It takes time for quality. That's what we're looking for.
That quality, right? Look, we even got little Power Rangers on them. Oh my God. So yeah, we're still, hey, I gave you kudos credit because girly, that you were the inspiration for the bigger, wider spot. I know it doesn't have like the silicone thing to keep it like completely straight, but that was just going to be a lot more complicated, but it definitely works thanks to your inspo. So thank you. I love you guys. Take care. Have a great night. Bye-bye. Oh, yeah, that was Aquaman. Yeah. Oh, no. You don't have Aquaman here, do you?
No, that's all in my room.
Oh, okay. No, that was the Power Ranger. The green Power Ranger.
Green Ranger, White Ranger, Pink Ranger.
All right, guys. Good night.